Welcome back to the cryptoworld channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now, Ethereum has finally confirmed the breakout above this resistance, which creates new price targets to the upside, which I'll talk about later in the video, so definitely stick around. First of all, just giving you a quick update here on the 3-day Bitcoin chart, and really not much has happened here on this chart over the last 1 day, because as of right now, the price of Bitcoin is still running into this area of resistance. And on top of that, we still have a large bearish divergence currently forming on the 3-day Bitcoin chart. But at least as of right now, this bearish divergence is not yet confirmed. So it is important to understand that even though this is forming, it is not yet confirmed and not yet playing out. But anyway, zooming into the daily Bitcoin chart, and right here we also have a possible bearish divergence which has already been playing out over the last few days in the form of mostly choppy sideways price action. But this bearish divergence could potentially invalidate on the daily time frame if we see a new high in the daily candle closes, because in that case we would need to reconfirm this bearish divergence, which means we would need to see at least another 1 to 2 daily candle closes confirm in the red after making a new high in the daily candle closes. If, of course, we create a new high in the daily candle closes, because the next candle close is in around 15 hours from now. But at least as of right now on the daily Bitcoin chart, we're still seeing higher highs form while lower highs are forming in the daily Bitcoin RSI. So once again, at least for now, this is still a sign telling us that we do to see reduced bullish momentum. So basically not this type of price action, and instead most likely some choppy sideways price action. And once again, the invalidation for this bearish divergence would be either new highs in the price action or new highs in the RSI, more importantly. And obviously, even though this is still happening on the daily time frame, this does not change the fact that we are still trending in the bullish direction if you're talking about the larger trend at play here on the daily Bitcoin chart, for example. And now if you're zooming into the shorter term, this is on the 4-hour Bitcoin to US dollar chart, and you can clearly see recently over the last 1 to 2 weeks or so, we've been seeing a lot of choppy sideways price action as expected, because the price is once again running into heavy resistance and forming these things like bearish divergences, which means reduced bullish momentum. And it is important to understand that doesn't necessarily mean a crash in the price. That doesn't guarantee a pullback. It just means, once again, reduced bullish momentum, which can simply mean sideways price action. But if we see a confirmed breakout above this horizontal area of resistance sitting in between around 28.6k to around 29k, then in that case, that would obviously be a short-term bullish signal telling us that we are now regaining bullish momentum. And of course, that would help to invalidate the bearish divergence on the daily time frame. So just keep an eye out for this resistance. Once again, if we break out here, then that could invalidate this bearish divergence and signal a return in bullish momentum, which basically means that larger bullish trend, which we are still in right now, would be resuming after we've just seen quite a long pause from the bullish trend. And as for support in the short term, we still have this area in case we do end up seeing another rejection, and this area of support is sitting in between around 26.5k to around 26.9k. And now if you're taking a look at the Bitcoin dominance chart on the weekly time frame, over the last 1 to 2 days, we have seen a further rejection here in the Bitcoin dominance from this area of resistance, which is sitting in between 47.5% to 48.5%. And once again, like I've been saying on this channel almost every day over the last 1 to 2 weeks, we're likely going to see an altcoin season moving forward, especially if we confirm this rejection in the Bitcoin dominance from this area of resistance, like what we've seen time and time again over the last 2 years worth of history. Because obviously, as you can see here, pretty much every time where the Bitcoin dominance has reached into this area of resistance over the last 2 years, we've seen a major rejection, which is basically what an altcoin season is. Because once again, as I've said recently on the channel, when the Bitcoin dominance goes to the downside, that means Bitcoin is losing market share, which means the altcoins are outperforming Bitcoin, which is basically an altcoin season. And as of right now, we have around 4 to 5 days to go until this weekly candle closes. And if this weekly candle closes in the red, then obviously that would be the first significant confirmation signal confirming a rejection from this resistance, which would be a signal pointing towards an altcoin season. But anyway, now getting into the Ethereum part of this video, this is on the daily ETH to US dollar chart, and obviously that rejection in the Bitcoin dominance is helping with Ethereum to outperform Bitcoin, which is once again what I've been talking about recently on the channel around an altcoin season happening. And right now, Ethereum is leading the market with already beginning its breakout to the upside and now invalidating this bearish divergence on the daily time frame, because obviously over the last 1 day or so we have seen a daily candle close finally well above 1820, helping to confirm the breakout above this area of resistance. And more importantly, not only have we seen higher highs in the price action, we are also now creating higher highs in the RSI and a breakout here in the daily Ethereum RSI, which is helping to invalidate this bearish divergence on the daily time frame. So once again, this is obviously a signal telling us we are seeing a return in bullish momentum in the price of ETH, and this is basically the larger bullish trend simply resuming after we've just seen a pause for around 1 to 2 weeks. And as for support and resistance levels, this previous resistance should now be acting as new support in case we see a pullback, which by the way, this area is sitting in between around 1770 to 1820. So once again, if we pull back, that should now be acting as new support. But in a more bearish scenario, if we actually break back below 1770, then in that case, we still have support right here at around 1.7k. And as for resistance now for the price of ETH, I'll be targeting towards $2,000. In fact, this price range is sitting in between around 1980 to 2040, which is based on this previous high back here. And now what's interesting is this area of resistance also coincides with an important Fibonacci retracement level, which is this 50% retracement level. If you're looking at the Fibonacci retracement tool from the all-time high to the June low, this places the 50% retracement level at just above $2,000, more specifically around 2060 to 2070. And of course, the previous significant Fibonacci level on this chart was the 38.2% Fibonacci level, which was sitting at around 1.7k, which was significant resistance for quite some time until we saw that breakout. And now the next significant resistance level once again is sitting at around $2,000. But if we see a confirmed breakout well above $2,000, ideally above 2.1k, then in that case, the next significant resistance level for the price of ETH, if you're looking at the Fibonacci levels, would be this golden pocket sitting in between around 2.5k to 2.6k. So obviously that would be quite the leg to the upside, but we're likely going to run into some resistance closer to $2,000 before we can think about any further leg to the upside towards around $2,500. Because obviously how this uptrend has gone so far is basically we've seen a leg to the upside, we've ran into resistance, seen a bit of a pullback, and then continued the leg to the upside to the next resistance, seen a bit of a pause or pullback, and then a breakout up towards the next resistance, and then we see a bit of a pause or a pullback before continuing the bullish trend later on. And of course, if you zoom into the shorter term here on the 4-hour ETH to US dollar chart, after a decent size pause in the bullish trend, we are now seeing the bullish trend resume with a confirmed breakout here on the 4-hour time frame above this short-term resistance, which was sitting in between around 1830 to 1850. And obviously this has been confirmed with multiple 4-hour candle closes and more importantly a daily candle close above this resistance. So clearly the trend is still bullish. We're still trending in the bullish direction. I would still be looking towards around $2,000 as the next significant resistance to pay attention to. And obviously things do not go up in a straight line. We often see pauses, either consolidations or pullbacks along the way, but that doesn't change the fact that we are currently still trending in the bullish direction. And now if you want to know how to maximize your profits in crypto, no matter if the price is going to the upside, to the downside, or simply chopping around sideways, then make sure to watch these videos popping up right here on your screen. screen. The video in the top left shows you how to make money if the price is either trending bullish or bearish, and the video in the bottom left shows you how to make money if the price is just chopping around sideways. But anyway, that's everything that I have to say for today. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.